and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Across ESPN Wisconsin on the total eclipse, like solar eclipse. Look, I can't wait to hear from Kyle Wallace, the heartbeat of the show. When we get him on the line, he's outside the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee because he's one of those people who wants to make sure he sees history. Do we have
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Are you outside?
You know I am. We trying to get some stuff figured out, but I'm outside. I'm trying to put my glasses on. But we out here, I'm trying to protect my eyes.
Your thick glasses that you use in work, or your solar eclipse glasses?
My solar eclipse glasses.
Why is it when we have people like Brad when he does the show from home, Kyle when he does the show no less than a 9-iron away from here? It sounds like they're in outer space. Sounds like you're going to be near the eclipse. We are Kyle Brust-Nortman, no Nortman. 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN. And before we get to Kyle, and real quick, when is this supposed to happen, Kyle? Like 2:08?
2:08. 2:08. That's what time it's supposed to happen. I'm trying to. My mama said don't burn them retinas, boy. So, I'm trying to make sure I'm all good here. But 2:08.
2:08. So, our sister station, ESPN Cleveland, Tony Rizzo, who hosts the Really Big Show from 9 to 1 Eastern, had some really interesting takes as it regards to the solar eclipse. And I'd see I'm on his side. Are you more like me or Tony? Or are you like more me or Tony Rizzo or like Kyle Wallace, who can't miss out?
All right, Riz.
Yes.
What are we more excited about today? The home opener or the eclipse?
Come on. Look, man, I don't mean to be this guy. First of all, the home opener is huge. Guards are 7-2. Don't kid yourself. But if you think the eclipse is a big deal, if you took off work to look at the eclipse, I don't think you could work here for us. I don't. Because we want people committed to working, not taking off. I drove downtown. I left early today thinking there'd be a ton of traffic. There was no traffic because all the losers took off to go and watch a solar eclipse. Guess what? It's going to be on the news tonight. Look out your window. Okay? I don't see the big deal. I know people, you know what it is? It's an excuse to drink. Let's face it. This is America. You give America an excuse to drink, they're going to take it. That's what it is today. The solar excuse for a drink eclipse.
My thing is that was Tony Rizzo from our sister station ESPN Cleveland. The losers are out there watching the solar eclipse. We send it to our resident loser, Kyle Wallace, on the street in downtown Milwaukee. How do you respond to that, Kyle?
You know what? I lost internet, but I do recall seeing and hearing what he was talking about. I think he's ridiculous. I mean, people shouldn't be taking a day off from work, but they should be at least trying to see the beauty of what the solar system is giving us. But I think he's a little harsh talking about people suck and people need to go to work and we don't want that type of energy at their job. I think he was a little bit extreme with that. This is a once every 40, 50 some odd years. You never know. I may not be here in 2044 whenever the next time is about to happen. So I'm glad
and when you're on your deathbed, or maybe if you're not here, are you going to be thinking, oh man, I can't believe I missed the eclipse in 2024?
Absolutely. Everybody's going to be talking about it. I can't miss out. FOMO, fear of missing out. So I refuse to miss out. So shout out to the people who actually came to work still, but also taking in this once in a lifetime for some people to be able to see this. So what are we at? It's I'm trying to get these. It's 204. So I'm expecting for something to happen. They said we're going to be 90% blocked out. This is something that everybody should be doing right now. Make sure you have the proper NASA-approved solar glasses so you don't burn your eyes out. But definitely, this is something that I believe that true Americans should enjoy the opportunity to have a solar eclipse. The moon is blocking out the sun, people. It hasn't happened since the 70s. It's like the Green Bay Packers being the youngest NFL team to make it to the playoffs since the 70s. We said that was a long time ago. People, it'll be another long time before we can see this again.
On YouTube at ESPN Madison at ESPN Milwaukee. I didn't know Kyle was on the video. Those glasses look like you went to a movie theater and watched a 3D movie for the first time.
Oh, I just looked up at the sun, and it is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. They look like I went to a 3D movie. Went to my parents' house yesterday, and my dad was able to get some of these glasses. Don't know where he got it from, but my mom was like, "Hey, go ahead, take one of these just in case you want to look up." I said, "Cool, thank you." They look a little ridiculous, and let me tell you, I just looked up at the sun, and these are phenomenal. I can see right now that the sun is like it's almost. Wait, is it moving? Something moving. I don't know.
So the eclipse is expected to peak at 2:08 in 10 seconds Milwaukee time. We're going to reach 50% of the maximum coverage at 1:33:50.
So right now it is 2:06:30, so and I can keep you up to date real time, Kyle, because you are T-minus 1 minute and 40 seconds till that 2:08 and 10 seconds.
Fellas, when I look down at the screen, I can't see anything in these glasses, but I'm telling you, Ben, if you want to, you got 90 seconds. If you just want to run outside, join me on VMix, and make sure you get some glasses, because I don't want you to be blind. You know,
I'm already looking at videos on Twitter and on YouTube.
You aren't excited?
No, well, you know what it looks like? It looks like a movie that I watched. You know, like something really cool happens, like the Death Star finally orbits the moon and can shoot at the Endor, I believe. Like it's just like this doesn't feel like a big deal to me. I feel like you're making it a big deal when you actually didn't care.
We got 1 minute.
1 minute until 2:08:10.
Last week, I was like, this is stupid. I've seen this before. But, Ben, I'm just looking up. This is amazing. I'm telling you, we should be able to embrace things like this when they happen. If something doesn't come along for a long time, like the Bears winning a Super Bowl, wouldn't people, Chicago folks, if the Bears won a Super Bowl, wouldn't they be at the parade? Wouldn't they be going to the game to celebrate the fact that the Bears probably made it to something? That's how long it's been since we had one of these solar eclipses.
All right, Kyle,
I don't know why
your job is going to be in 20 seconds to let us know if you need to take us play-by-play. Become a play-by-play guy. I'm tossing it to you from the broadcast studio out on the field in 10 seconds. The total solar eclipse is Kyle Wallace, KBN Nation's correspondent. 5,
KBN Nation.
4, 3, 2, 1, game time.
So I'm not going to lie to you here. I'm not going to lie. This is Kyle Walsh live from the 3rd Street Market Hall for the solar eclipse, the once in every 40-some years solar eclipse. And wait a minute. So right now, what it looks like, you can see a little bit of orange, which would be the sun. And there's something look like it's bouncing back and forth. And I believe from what I was told, that is the moon. So right now, I'm not going to lie to you, KBN Nation. Nothing has changed since they started to do the countdown. And so I am not 100. Oh, wait. Well, So now what it looks like, I don't know if my eyesight is going bad, if I should be staring.
Yeah, why did we send the guy with the thick glasses out there?
So that was your choice. And so here, you know how the Potawatomi, we love Potawatomi, they have the flame at the top. That is what it looks like I am looking at with my glasses on. I am afraid to take my glasses off because Lord knows I cannot be Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles. Your boy needs to be able to see. But I'm telling you this right now, it looks like some weird flame in the air. I feel like the sun has now moved a little bit, so you can only see a little bit of the sun. So the sun actually looks like a croissant, a little bit of a croissant. I hope I did a good job breaking that down play by play, because I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. I was just buying into all the hype of everybody else kind of getting excited.
So what you're telling me is you're lying to the audience about how cool this event is that literally has every single person in our office outside watching it.
I just don't know what I'm supposed to look at. I feel like if you take the glasses off, it'd be much took the glasses off and looked at it. But for what I was told is that could blind you. And so I have no idea. Wait a minute now. Let me put these glasses back on before
I don't think that's what it looks like according to my screen here, Ben.
Yeah, that's not that's not it.
I'll see it.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna take do I dare put the screen up on to burn people's retinas? You see something?
You can put the camera
on.
What
do you see?
Well, I'm waiting for you to turn the camera. We can't see anything. We're in the studio. What we see is
that just looks like the sun.
That looks like the sun to me, Chris. I don't know about you.
Well, maybe it's lying. trying to. I don't know, somebody who.
Are we on the right day?
Somebody who just walked by who's working here. They're laughing because I asked them, "What did you see?" He said, "It looks like the sun." I said, "Oh, okay."
It does. It literally looks like the sun. This is why everyone should go back to work. Everyone should. We're not in a 100% area where the eclipse would happen. So literally, if you're not in a city, right, Chris, where the eclipse happens at 100%, where it goes full dark, did it get dark at all at any point, Kyle?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm as disappointed in this as I am in the Milwaukee Bucks right now. Literally, it's still sunshine now. There's nothing happening.
Chris, cue him down. Cue him down so I can talk to KBN Nation. 800-990-3776. Dave from Aaron usually agrees with Kyle on a lot of things, but this eclipse, who cares? Daniel chimes in. You can see it later when people put the good pictures up on social media. I'm in that camp. Chris, what you showed me on your computer in the studio was better than what anything Kyle showed us.
It's happening live right now on this Facebook page that I'm on of the solar eclipse in Wisconsin. It's a partial solar eclipse.
I will say, Kyle was amazing because he didn't know what he was talking about. Dan chimes in. Did Kyle say the sun looks like a croissant?
Eduardo? Good to meet you, Eduardo. I don't know if I'm still on air. Am I still on air?
Yeah, you're talking to Eduardo and KBN Nation.
Eduardo's part of KBN Nation, and Eduardo as well. Eduardo, are you disappointed as well? Yeah, so me and Eduardo we're in the same boat. I got these stupid glasses on, sitting here looking up at the sky, and nothing happened. I'm still not going to look up in the air without my glasses on because I don't want to burn my retinas because I need to be able to see. But look, this is ridiculous. What a waste of my time.
We
tried to work, people.
We tried telling you. 800-990-3776.
We gotta come back in. Hell.
Yeah, get your butt back in here. 800-990-3776. I want your texts and I want your calls. If you are out and about, and you can give some perspective outside of Kyle's, where he was just yelling and screaming for the last 5 minutes. And if you saw him on YouTube looking like an absolute kid at a 3D movie watching Avatar for the first time that it came out from 15 years ago, I would love your perspective on the eclipse. 800-990-3776. And the way that Kyle flip-flopped from, hey, why are we yelling, everyone? This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing, too. This is the biggest waste of time in my life, was just absolute perfect. Keep the texts, keep the calls coming. We'll get Kyle Wallace back in the studio. 800-990-3776. This is the biggest waste of time we've ever had on a radio show.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Thing has ever happened to you from a breakup?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
You brought it, so I had to ask.
I ain't gonna put my old shorties on blast, but
why not? They're old shows.
I've had some
old shows.
My parents listen to this show. I don't want my parents to know the craziness that I've dealt with that they son been a part of.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Join the Truth Team on Saturday, April 13th for our third annual Torilo Community Cleanup. We want you to go to truthcommunitycleanup.com to sign up and be a volunteer to help keep Milwaukee clean. Everyone who joins will get a free lunch provided by Cousin Subs. Register today at truthcommunitycleanup.com. That is truthcommunitycleanup.com to clean and beautify our city together. The Truth Community Cleanup is sponsored by Cousin Subs.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and there is one thing I think everyone can agree on. Potholes stink. And this year's weather will make it one of the worst years yet. Well, Johnson & Sons Paving is ready to take on the challenge with a team that has over 2 decades of experience. When the potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole area. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. Get that appointment booked before May 31st, and you might even see Old T on the job site for a visit. Find full contest details at ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Discover the difference at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Higher Love Cannabis Company is the only cultivator in the UP offering organic, clean green certified products. That means quality you can trust every time. With 7 locations across the UP, including Menominee, Norway, and Ironwood, finding your higher love is easier than ever before. And for our friends in Green Bay, Higher Love is less than an hour away. Kindness starts with you. Experience Higher Love today. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD and follow them on social media at Find Higher Love.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with over 3 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 players' stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. You can win now up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000 with basketball, hockey, and baseball entries today. Prize Picks even offers injury insurance so that your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. For basketball games, if you have a player who exits the game in the first half and doesn't return in the second, Prize Picks will have your back and not count that as a loss. Prize Picks is really simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions and special offers for the biggest moments in sports. Download the app today and use code WI for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's code WI on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Gabe Neitzel here. I know you've already heard me talking about how Mentality has helped me over the years, but there are others like me. Jason has been using Mentality for a while now and is loving the results.
I have gotten a handful of friends, probably a couple dozen, especially those that are closer to my age, maybe even a little bit older, because I just tell them, you got to check this out. Do not wait any longer. Just go and admit it. Yep, you're at an age where things are slowing down. I promise you, you're not going to regret it, and that's truly what I get. I'll get a phone call after, like, man, I feel like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese right now.
Learn more today at MoTUSA.com.
Go beyond your field of study and get a world-class education in leadership by joining the U.S. Army ROTC. Army ROTC programs transform students into confident leaders and provide a wide range of scholarships to help pursue life-defining careers. As an Army officer, you'll work side by side with peers who support your growth. Gain the experience and get the resources to open doors down the road. Army ROTC is open for enrollment. Visit goarmy.com/ROTC to learn more about available opportunities and scholarships, including at Marquette University.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Black hole sun, won't you come?
We had our own boots on the ground with KBN Nation. Eduardo, a KBN Nation listener, saw Kyle out there thinking, what the hell is he doing out there probably?
I was a Solar Eclipse KBN Nation correspondent today. Did I fail?
No, you were great. You were every range of emotion possible. Kyle Wallace watching the solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse, was what I imagined as you, as a fan at home, watching a Packers game in which they are up and you're excited, and then they lose the lead, then they go up again. Just a full range of emotion, and you should be able to leave work for this. Then 5 minutes later, everyone should get back to work.
No, for real though. All honesty, once I figured out what I was supposed to be looking at, I mean, there was no reason to take a day off for work for something that's going to last just that little small amount of time. I am just confused about that.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN, was the total solar eclipse 2024 overhyped? That is for you to vote on. We'll get that up on YouTube as well. And now we will go to other KBN Nation correspondents. We have the text line and the phone line, 800-990-3776. Before we get to our guy Homer, let's go to Dimitri in Milwaukee. Dimitri, you're up.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? Appreciate you guys taking my call.
Absolutely.
So,
tell us about it, because it seemed lame.
I'm a teacher at Milwaukee Riverside, and then took a couple students out so they could experience it. I'm the only one with glasses, so I had to share them with all the kids. And it was so quick that by the time the glasses got back to me, it was already over.
Yeah.
So,
that's because we weren't right. I'm not a solar eclipse expert here, but it's because we're not in an area in which it was going to be totally covered.
I think it was only 50%.
Right. It was like experiencing like a quarter moon or whatever at night, just like flip flopping during the day. That's the best way to describe it.
So overrated, right?
Sunlight is like a little bit. If it was a total coverage, it would have been a lot cooler.
Well, we appreciate the call, and would you like to be the official KBN Nation teacher?
Sure.
You have it, Dimitri.
So, Dimitri, it's 2:20. Riverside doesn't get out of school until I think a little bit later.
Yeah, he's streaming us during. He's teaching the youth.
He's
teaching the youth, man. He's streaming. Hey, Alexa, play 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, shout out to the Riverside Tigers. My dad went there.
Homer joins us on Kyle Brust and Nortman, and I can't wait for this because if I know Homer, he's going to say it was a bunch of crap.
Hello.
Hey.
Yes.
What do you got for me, Homer? I mean, what do you got for me? You called it was a bunch of crap because it felt like a bunch of crap.
It was a bit of a fluke because I was getting some golf balls in Ironwood, and Iron Mike came out with the glasses, so I put the glasses on. Now, it wasn't exactly. What was the exact time that it happened?
2:08 and 10 seconds.
Okay, this was about 2:05. So just as your correspondent mentioned, you just see a little of the sun behind the moon. It does look like a little croissant. And yeah, it's the biggest joke of all time because look, if you're going to, first of all, it's a full eclipse, but I'm assuming with those glasses on, you could watch the sun and the moon at various other times where, they're saying you can't look at the sun. All right. Well, I couldn't look at the sun because the sun was normal. The sun is hard to look at.
Yes, and we saw on video the sun was normal.
In 2 minutes. Right. Well, so I don't know exactly what the difference was, but yeah, the rule should be if you're not somewhere where it's 100%, or like it's sunny and it goes dark, right? That's cool. I don't know where that is, but it wasn't here.
It was not here.
No, it's a
Kyle's
joke.
video. I was waiting for the shade.
I would say this: the glasses that I had on, I'm sure you could put those on at other times.
We lose Homer?
Yeah, Homer. We lost Homer.
It's like
there he is.
gold. Gold. It's the color you don't ever see it. Just the portion of it. By the time I saw it, there was about 10% left. But that was pretty cool. But I'm sure there are other times with those glasses you could see the same thing. If the place you're at isn't sunny and goes dark, it's about as exciting as a lacrosse cricket game. And there is no such thing.
There's
no way to describe it. I don't know. I don't think it's just sold as something it's not. Like, don't look at the sun. You can't look at the sun. It hurts whether there's an eclipse or not. I don't. Yes. What cities was it dark for however long it's dark?
I think we had 620 WTMJ, Vince Vitrano and Eric Bilstad on our sister station drive to Indianapolis because I think Indianapolis was an area where you're going to get the full effect.
Yeah. Yes, that makes sense. That I could see doing. I mean, I guess I should probably wait until I actually do it. But that you have a chance.
I don't think you're going to have a chance to do that, Homer. The next one's in 40 years.
Well, but I mean, today, it should have been, don't do anything unless you're in a town, because what those kids did today, or what I did with those glasses, I'm sure you can do even when it's not, when it's an 80% eclipse or 50% eclipse. You see the sun when the moon is between us and the sun. And it looks pretty cool, but, it's just, literally, it's just made up.
I agree.
Well, fella, there's places.
Okay. Thanks, Kyle.
Wisconsin.
But we made it up. I'm seeing tweets from TMJ4 news station. I'm seeing tweets from all over the Wisconsin area saying we're covering the solar eclipse and our coverage is incredible. What you mean incredible? I sent our correspondent out there, and you come back and you're like, that was the biggest waste of time ever. You're not smiling. Look at you. Look at you. Are you going to talk about that in 20 years? You're like, oh, I remember where I was. I saw the sun.
Well,
I saw nothing.
He won't talk about it in 20 minutes if he's not on the show.
Well, I will say it was quite the experience that I had with KBN Nation.
I got to meet everyone.
You meeting someone who listens to our show was more memorable than the damn eclipse.
Just admit it was a mistake. You didn't get appropriate information. All right, let me ask you this. What were you expecting to occur?
I was expecting.
You damn well were expecting way more than what did. Correct.
I was expecting for the moon to fully go past the sun. So I was expecting it to get somewhat dark. I didn't expect it to be pitch black. But I expected it to be somewhat dark. And when I took off the glasses and did the thing you're not supposed to do, look into the sun, I just had to see what I was seeing which was the sun. So I'm like, well, where is the moon? So I mean, it's pretty cool that the moon did go past, and without the glasses on, you can't see the moon.
You know what this reminded me of, Homer?
Without the glasses, you would not have known that this day was any different than any other day in Milwaukee.
I feel bad for the people who do not know, because I hope it really doesn't hurt people's eyes. Because if you didn't know, you wouldn't know not to look up at the sun.
No, you couldn't have looked at it. The sun is too bright.
This reminds me of I would contest, and I wasn't even out there, that I've been on a golf course, speaking of golf, Homer, where the sun has been covered by the cloud for 1 minute, and it got dark, and you're like, oh, and then the sun comes back out, and that would be more exciting than what Kyle Wallace went out there for.
That's what I thought I was going to see today. And now that I think about it, this is a whole bunch of nothing. Because you know what? I get a cloud eclipse every once in a while, as you just said, Ben. We get that all the time. All the time.
And is that more intriguing than what you saw today?
You know what? That would be more intriguing than what I saw today, because I didn't know what the heck I was looking at today. Today was a waste of my 12 minutes of my life, getting my pants dirty, sitting outside.
I do, though. I do want to see the tapes of the places where...
I'll send you one, Homer. There was one in Chile. There was one in Chile that was awesome, but it wasn't in Milwaukee. It was like a 45-second video, and it stayed dark. And you can see it looked amazing. But that's the thing is we need to know exactly where that's going to happen. Otherwise, our entire office paraded out of here like a bunch of sheep, and nothing happened. So luckily for you, from 5 to 6,
blame the people that lied to them. Now you guys have to do me a favor, because you're right. I'll be dead. I want you to agree that when the next one occurs, you will go to Chile or wherever it is.
Chile? I'd like to find one in the United States of America.
I can't. I'm not going to sit here and agree.
His dying wish is for us to see that, and you're saying you're not going to do it?
If I don't go, I don't want Homer haunting me in my dang dreams because I didn't follow through on this. So I'm going to keep it real with Homer. Homer, I cannot promise. I'll think about it if I remember, but I cannot promise. I'll be damned.
Why not?
Damn if Homer haunts me.
Chile today? What? Wouldn't you have liked to have been in Chile today? Wouldn't that have been cool?
I mean, no.
I'll show you the video. It's kind of cool.
And all of a sudden it goes dark.
I mean, you could have went to Cleveland and got that. They were in the path. Buffalo, they're in the path. You could have just went somewhere else.
Wherever. But no, I want the best path where it stays the darkest, where I know it's going to be sunny the best, right?
It's his dying wish, and you're just going to just spit in his face?
That's my dying wish. That's right.
Okay.
Yes. Well, no, I don't expect him. He charges his mom interest. I'm looking more at the other two of you as having some potential.
Homer, thank God for you. From 5 to 6. You don't have to waste your time on the Eclipse. Shout out to everyone calling, texting right now, 800-990-3776.
Do you want to go look at what I saw?
I don't.
No, you should.
You want me to go out? You want me to go outside and look at the sun without glasses?
No, put the glasses on, and I want you to see what I saw. Can you see what I see? I want you to see what I saw, so we can be Eclipse brothers together.
I'm good. I'm good. You want me to see it through a black person's lens?
I want you to see it through the black man lens.
800-990-3776. I'll get to your texts. I'll get to your calls. Plus, we'll get to Cheers 2 and pour one out.
This is Kyle Broston Nortman, KBN.
And make sure everyone's tuning in when we do this, because y'all's faces are going to be like,
it better be sweet.
If you think I'm going to act like that for oatmeal, you're outside your damn
You've never
mind.
had Brad Nortman's oatmeal.
It's not
Yeah,
Quaker,
but I've
is
also
it?
had chocolate chip pancakes with butter
organic.
and syrup that make me go, oh, baby, oatmeal ain't going to do that.
You'll be surprised. I'm going to do a variety.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls, and right now, schedule your free in-home estimate, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free, plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions apply. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Suit up for the $800,000 Sports Car Series at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. April through May, score free play, cash, one of 4 new Toyota GR86s, or a new Toyota Supra. Play with your club card to earn entries, 5 times the entries on drawing days, and when the Milwaukee Brewers play at home. Got what it takes? Slugger, only at Potawatomi. For more details, visit paysbig.com/sportscar. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Only the best teams remain. Is your pick still on the court? And are you ready for tip-off? It's time to stock up, or maybe restock. Either way, you don't want to miss a minute of college basketball. So hurry up and make that trip to Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where since 1960, we've been your one-stop shop for everything alcohol-related. With a selection of over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, liquor, and mixers, all at the lowest prices in town. Discount Liquor is sure to make your tournament party a success. So stop the madness, at least long enough to get over to Discount Liquor. Discount Liquor, 2 locations, Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
See all of our specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman, and the future of medicine is here at QC Kinetics. QC is the nation's leader in the most exciting revolution of pain management that we've seen in decades. We're talking regenerative medicine. If you're tired of those achy joints, if you have joint pain that's keeping you from doing the things that you love, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Surgery, steroids, and drugs, these are no longer your best options. Regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics is transforming lives with innovative treatments that deliver lasting results. We're talking about natural biologics, using your body's own power to repair and restore damaged tissue. QC Kinetics is under the leadership of National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup. Dr. Scheinkup is a pioneer in this field with 20 years of clinical work, tons of research, teaching, and publishing. He wants to get your relief with a needle, not a knife. This is a revolutionary approach that can get you long-term relief with no downtime. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474.
Now's the time to make those big spring purchases at Fleet Farm. Husqvarna mowers, Minn Kota trollers, Goodyear tires. Fleet Rewards credit card members can enjoy special financing for 3 full years on qualifying purchases. So don't wait. There's never been a better time to get everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. 36-month special financing available on in-store purchases of $1,499 or more after discounts made with your Fleet Rewards credit card. Now through May 1st, 2024. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See customer service for details.
Multiple sclerosis is an unpredictable, often disabling disease of the central nervous system. We need to show support to people with MS, and one way is through Walk MS, which is brand new in 2024. We embrace and are committed to bringing our entire MS community together, representative of all the various dimensions of our community, so that everyone feels at home and supported by the National MS Society. The excitement is building for the new Walk MS. Come see the community come together like never before. Visit walkms.org today and plan to join us around Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Broston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I can see them bright days. I can see the sun breaking through
wish to Kyle Wallace is that he goes and sees the next total eclipse. Kyle has said he cannot promise that to Homer.
Here's the thing. I can lie to the man like you, or I can keep it 100 with him when he's
I didn't lie to him.
Listen, Homer,
I just put that all on you.
Can you imagine Homer, the crazy ghost, sitting there in your dreams haunting you?
If there's one person that I don't want as a ghost in my life, promising something that I'll do when he dies, and he's haunting me.
And Homer being that ghost. I thought you were going to go see it, bitch. What's going on now?
Baby! Yeah. That's what you'd be saying if you went to go see the solar eclipse.
I'm like, bro, just please. It's like when you kidnap. There was a kid that got kidnapped, and all he started doing was singing religious songs, and the kidnapper said, you know what, I'm going to pull over. You can go. You can go. That's what Homer would be like. You know what, Homer, please, just stop.
Reaction from KBN Nation. The rear window just got a little darker with privacy glass. Jared in the 608. Dave from Aaron says in 20 years it might be his last. We're aware of that, Dave from Aaron. And Kyle's not gonna take care of that for Homer. The people who wear the aluminum foil hats to protect their brains from aliens are the dumbest. I tend to agree. Have you seen those?
Do people still do that?
Yeah, of course they do. People are crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Adam in the 608. That was so cool, guys. Did you see that eclipse? It was crazy when it peaked at 208 and it really looked like 308 outside. Nuts.
Oh, wow.
No, I mean, he's just like, again, that's what you sounded like, Kyle. You were like, Chris,
I thought it was gonna be
at
the
some point,
greatest thing.
Can you get the 15 seconds of Kyle from pre-solar eclipse excited to post-solar eclipse of just the change in his tone at some point here?
I blame the news. You know why I blame the news? Is they hyped this up for the last week. Hype. Every time I turn to different news stations, hype. All the national news stations, hype. So what I'm thinking is that
you're dumb brain.
Well,
you follow whatever the media says.
Because what happened is they should have been more specific of what 50% coverage means. Because they say, you're not gonna have a full solar eclipse, but you're gonna see something. Make sure you wear the glasses. What they should have said was, listen, the sun ain't going nowhere. You're going to have sunlight the entire time. They should have set the expectation for us here in the Midwest, specifically in Milwaukee. So shame,
they get you dummies.
Shame on you local news stations for not being specific and letting us know exactly what to expect. I was expecting for the sun to get blocked out by the moon in some sense of darkness. Instead, the sun did not get blocked out at all to the normal seeing eye. I had to put on glasses in order to see it.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN, Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace here, no Brad Nortman. Was the total solar eclipse overhyped? Yes, 67%. No, 33%. Very curious as to the no's. Like if you're voting no, if you weren't in an area of full totality, then you're just not gonna. You know what? Tony Rizzo said it from the first segment. Losers.
No, I mean, Tony's wrong. Tony's wrong. You know why he's wrong? Because they had total in Cleveland.
Tony Rizzo.
Tony Rizzo was wrong because they had a total eclipse in Cleveland. They had darkness in Cleveland, and when you have darkness somewhere, that is worth seeing. When you have daylight. Literally, the same daylight you had at 202, 205, 208, 210, 310, nothing changed.
Nothing changed. Scones Malone chimes in. Overhyped for our area for sure, but path of totality, those areas were jamming, and that's where Kyle will be for Homer's dying wish. 800-990-3776. Let's go to Cheers 2 and pour one out.
The weekend is over, so let's pop some bottles. It's time for Cheers 2 and pour one out on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Kyle? Brad usually goes first. No Brad.
I can go first here for my Cheers 2, and I want to cheers to my Milwaukee Brewers. Cheers to the 6-2 Milwaukee Brewers. And this is a shot straight at Craig. Craig, how does the bottom taste? How does looking up at us taste? The Milwaukee Brewers 6-2 to start the season. A rout yesterday. The young guns showing up. Jackson Churio still balling out on the baseball field. Cheers to the Milwaukee Brewers for showing you that we are more than just a manager. We are a real team here in Milwaukee. So cheers to the Milwaukee Brewers for winning both. Well, I guess they split one homestand, I believe, but no, they won both homestands. They swept the Minnesota Twins, didn't they?
There's a 2-game series they split.
Yes. Then the Mariners came in town.
Are we 6-3? Anyways, shout out to the Brewers. I can't see.
Oh, is that your excuse? Is that your excuse?
I thought it said 6-2.
No, Colin Ray pitched really well. They are 6-2.
Hey!
They just split with the Twins.
Fantastic.
I'm going to cheers to the Milwaukee Bucks. They have officially clinched a spot in the playoffs. I just want to see what I can do to get you.
You know, I love our social media team here with ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I love the social media team.
And we're great partners of the Milwaukee Bucks, Bucks Plus Audio. I love the Finalysis show. I love the Milwaukee Bucks.
Timing was terrible.
What are we doing?
Timing was terrible. You're on a 4-game losing streak. We're celebrating making the playoffs.
Making the playoffs?
Breaking news. That's on ESPN Beaver Dam.
Breaking news what?
That's what I said. I said, what happened? Had a picture of Giannis like, what did I miss? Oh, we made the playoffs? Come on now. That ain't breaking news. That's expected. That was poor timing here.
I hope our show is streaming up in the offices for those who are running the social media accounts, because Kyle's taking direct shots at you. I am too.
More than happy to say it in their face.
No, I agree.
They can take it.
Absolutely. I wonder if it was. We'll figure out if it was a management mandate. Then we can take our gripes elsewhere.
Oh, I definitely will. I like to take gripes. I'm really upset at the fact that I spent my time outside today sitting on the ground like a toddler.
I'd also like to cheers to this solar eclipse. I thought it was really worthwhile that every person in our office, one by one, left. Did you see everyone leave?
I was down here. I was outside in the back, so I don't know.
KBN Nation office correspondent Josh DiMaggio, I'm not outing him. He just texted me like there's nobody in there.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're like, is that like the least surprising thing in the world?
Actually,
there's nobody in there ever anyway, and they get a chance to go watch a 50% solar eclipse that is just sun. They're like, oh, I get to go outside.
I will say, since you went on your rant back in December, or November, was that?
Hey, has the office gotten a little fuller?
It has been significantly more full when I go upstairs at 5.
I'm glad to hear that, Kyle.
You're a rat.
What else should I sarcastically cheers to?
I don't know, but don't whatever rant you did, don't do none of that energy towards me.
I don't need to.
Good, because I work hard, right?
Well, you didn't. You were one of the sheep today, going out to the solar eclipse and saying, "I'm so excited. You should skip work for this." And then 5 minutes later, this was the dumbest thing in the world. Go back to work.
I'm so committed. I was ready to grab a remote kit. I had my cute computer. I had my phone. I had everything. I was working and doing it. I was multitasking. That's how committed I am to you and KBN Nation, Ben.
Apparently, from Ron and the Key, it was 90% in Milwaukee for what it's worth.
It was terrible.
Baloney.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
If that's
90%,
that's a joke. That's a joke. That can't be 90.
I saw 100% on social.
And that was dark. It didn't get dark at all. It didn't even look like it was going to rain for a second. No, it was the sun. I showed it to everybody on YouTube. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. ESPN Madison on YouTube. You all saw what the sun looked like.
Like a sun.
It always does.
Who you pouring out to?
I'm pouring one out to all these stupid people who are on social media crying over a women's basketball game that they just started watching all of 10 minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
About a screen call. Most of y'all fake referees don't even know what a real moving screen is, moving pick is. So to sit here and all of a sudden become refs in the stripes, shut up, sit down. It was a foul. It is what it is. It was like a couple minutes left, seconds left in the game. Whatever. I don't care what you got to say. Just enjoy the fact that women's basketball is being put on this pedestal, deservingly so. Shut up and enjoy the game.
Yeah, I'm going to pour one out to your take right there because it was really bad. Was it a foul? Yes.
Period. There's this period.
I understand that
there's nothing else to say.
There are fouls that are not called in different moments of the game. There are times when instead of calling a foul and the ball might go off someone, they don't call the foul and they just go the other way to keep the flow of the game going. There is gamesmanship with players and refs, and when to make the calls, not to make the calls.
So if I
was it a foul?
Would you be upset? Well, I would be upset.
So what you started with was everyone's being an expert now because they just started watching the game. The 14+ million, the 17 million that peaked at that UConn-Iowa game that you're talking about. Do you know what it could have done for the next round, or do you know what it could have continued to do for women's college basketball if the play goes and Paige Beckers gets the ball or somebody else gets the ball in UConn and makes a shot late there? Maybe it goes to overtime. Maybe someone gets fouled. That is what we were robbed of. I agree. I'm okay with the foul being called, but I understand for the people that were there as new fans of the game that felt robbed of that moment. I understand. Look, I'm okay with the foul called, but I'm just going to say there is a time and place, I can't believe I'm saying this, for a middle ground take. And I'm taking the middle ground take. It was a foul, but we were robbed of a potential great moment with the most audience ever on a women's college basketball game.
For a person to sit here, because it was that Duke game after you graduated, right, where the ball went, it didn't go off of Grayson Allen, went off of
Justice Winslow.
Yes, and so if the ball that was out of bounds off Duke, and it should have been Wisconsin's ball, and that shifted the momentum, right? Don't you wish they would have got that call right?
Yeah, but here's the
game and boom, just
no,
keep
you're
it going.
you're an idiot.
Call it right. It is what it is.
Those are not apples to apples.
Call it right.
You're unbelievable. Finger moving and being visible versus a screen that was a part of a play.
I am disappointed in that still.
So I owned you on that take. So you go, remember 2015 when Justice Winslow touched it.
My whole point is this: if it was out of bounds on Duke, Wisconsin should have got the ball. If it was a foul by UConn, because I believe her name's Aaliyah Edwards, screened and she was moving like she was shuffling, like she was mirroring.
She had a wider stance than anyone I've ever seen in my life.
That's a foul. If it goes the other way, and then I was complaining, what do y'all say? Well, you don't make the call. Or people be crying about that. So all you, Ben, and the rest of y'all that want to cry about this,
I ain't crying. I'm just saying that you're dumb and just thinking, call a foul is a foul. Like, have you watched sports before? Have you seen refs swallow their whistle in certain moments?
You can get upset when they do swallow their whistle, but then you can also get upset when they make a call. It's like, okay,
they're in a lose-lose situation.
Exactly.
But I would rather be in a lose-lose situation and not be the person that dictated the game. I am a pro player dictate the game. If Gabby Marshall didn't have a chance to continue to fight over, she got hit, but she wasn't down. She
got thrown back.
She got thrown back.
Little Gab got thrown back.
Well, tell her at the weight room.
Aaliyah, big girl. She a big girl.
Tell her at the weight room.
Yeah, okay.
We got robbed of players making plays. I didn't know you were just, you know what, ruin all the fun.
Follow the rules.
Most people in the entire world right now, or the United States, the U.S. and A, 17 million peaked, 14 million watching, and you're happy with the way that ended.
You're only mad because you wanted UConn to win for your money line. That's what it's about. That's what we're really talking about. That's what the real thing is. Trying to argue 17 million, 14 million. You got robbed. Now you got robbed out of winning money. That's what you upset about.
Well, my whole parlay wouldn't have hit because I didn't hit the over, but at the time I was upset about that as well.
I'm sure you were.
You got me. 800-990-3776. Mr. Cotta chimes in. Old boy Kyle wants a flag on Hail Mary plays too for all the grabbing and following.
That's different.
Oh, now it's different.
That was different.
You're right, Mr. Carter. Kyle chooses when things are right and when things are wrong. However, he blows with the wind. That's how he goes about life.
Are you going to get me upset about that fake Hail Mary that they had where they gave the touchdown to Golden Tate? I still don't like Golden Tate because of that. He really think he caught that ball.
Kyle, you got to get over that one, man.
No, won't ever get away. I'm glad they got rid of them referees.
Speaking of women's college basketball, yesterday was the national championship. The Bucks lose four in a row. The Brewers win, I think 12-4, was it? And I've never seen so many tweets about WrestleMania in my damn life. We'll hit on all that. And stay tuned because I think we might have a special guest as we draft our WrestleMania teams. Kyle Brust-Nortman continues next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Ben, I've been a fan of you since Scalzo and Brust was on the air. You kind of are like a Pat McAfee for the ESPN Milwaukee. You kind of revolutionized this channel and stuff.
Leo, I'm here for you, and I appreciate everything you say. We love you listening, and you can call in every day and say that. I won't get
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. He's the most interesting man in sports radio.
Well, should I have a chip on my shoulder that I'm not making as much money as Skip Bayless?
in his mind anyway. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
When you say they gave it away, what's at the top of your list?
Get them off the field on third down.
The Homer Hour with Homer. Weekdays from 5 to 6. Right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on YouTube.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer. Get started on your fitness journey by going to PrincetonClubNewBerlin.com. That's PrincetonClubNewBerlin.com.
We've told you about Moses Hadara.
The diamond cutter who created the Kessler 81. The magical diamond that vibrates with light.
Kessler's works with crazy diamond cutters.
Geniuses who create wonderful, spectacular, crazy diamond shapes.
The one thing these crazy genius diamonds all have in common
is that they explode with light. The Kessler Emerald Cut diamond sends out rippling waves of light, like water lapping onto a beach.
The Kessler Square Radiant Diamond glows like the sun on the horizon.
Sometimes sunrise, sometimes sunset.
Come to Kessler's.
Come to Kessler's. Come to Kessler's.
Ask to see the rippling waves of light, like water on the beach.
Ask to see the glow that looks like sunrise and sunset. Ask to see the Kessler Crazy Genius Diamonds.
See them for yourself.
See them for yourself. See them for yourself.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
True Chicago-style pizza is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. And thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. You'll enjoy it so much you won't even mind where it comes from. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made from the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years. They're perfectly cheesy, perfectly saucy, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, loved by cheeseheads. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
A season of award-winning golf at Sweetgrass and Sage Run is on the horizon. The Island Resort and Casino Stay and Play golf packages are booking fast, with choice dates available early in the week. After your rounds, visit the Drift Spa for a relaxing or targeted massage session. And enjoy dinner at Horizon's scenic top-floor steakhouse. So many reasons to take a drive. Book your Stay and Play golf package today. Visit islandresortgolf.com.
Homer here to tell you about Rawhide Youth Services. Co-founded in 1965 by Bart and Cherry Starr, Rawhide is a faith-based nonprofit that helps thousands of youth every year, many right here in Milwaukee, overcome trauma, suicidal thoughts, and live better lives. For youth who are hurting, who feel lost or abandoned, and families feeling powerless to help them, Rawhide is there to help. They also need vehicle donations to support their mission of helping hurting youth transform their future. Donate to Rawhide Youth Services. Visit rawhide.org/donate.
Hey guys, it's Brad Nortman here to tell you about a great offer at Bank 59. I know we're all looking for ways to save our money, and at Bank 59, you can earn more by opening a money market account today. With rates as high as 5.3%, you'll earn more while working with a true local community bank. Be sure to check out their great CDs too. Helping you save more of your money is another way Bank 59 is making lives better. For details, visit bank59.com/MM specials. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
1, 2. Yep. When it's the end of the weekend.
Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. If you missed Kyle Wallace, our KBN Nation Eclipse correspondent, get really excited for it and then get really disappointed for it. Go to Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts and listen to the first 25 minutes of the show. You were a high energy, bouncing off the walls boy.
They had me feeling like it was the first day of school.
You were duped.
I was extremely duped.
If you weren't in an area of full totality, you weren't in the right place. Chef Ed with a good cheers to Bob Uecker, 90 and going one strong. Pouring one out to the Milwaukee Bucks defense. Still not hitting the total panic button, but it's alarming. 800-990-ESPN. That's the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. But again, it was a great day in the world of sports because, for being honest, right, I personally am excited for the matchup of Purdue-UConn, but the buzz for Purdue-UConn does not match what the buzz has felt like, in my personal opinion, for what was the semifinal in the Final Four on Friday for Iowa-UConn, for yesterday in the national title game at 2 o'clock for the Iowa-South Carolina game. I'm excited. Like, I'm going to watch it. I'm excited, but I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean...
Hey, I got to go to this. Randy in his dump truck, please explain what you thought Kyle sounded outside waiting for the solar eclipse.
He sounded like a little girl. I mean, come on, man. You're a grown man. What was it like in 2000? When the world was going to come to an end, what were you doing then?
Y2K.
My family was stocking up on water.
Y2K.
And making sure the world... Actually, my parents went out that night.
They leave you at home?
They left us at home. That's what it was.
All right, hey, you guys have a good showing. Remember 2 words. Go Bears.
Oh, my God.
Oh, good Lord.
Talk about me being a little girl.
Chris, you got to screen these. You got to screen these calls better, Chris.
From now, he's Randy, the loser in the truck who cheers for the Bears.
Randy, the loser in the truck who cheers for the Bears. He got you, though. You did kind of sound a little, oh, my gosh, I'm so excited for this.
I sounded like a child. Let's not make this
I agree. It's not about gender.
Yeah, it's not about gender.
You sound like you hadn't hit puberty yet.
I was excited. You
didn't hit puberty yet.
Yeah.
You sound like me answering the phone when everyone thought it was my sister. I was like, no, it's Ben. Can you get Courtney? Yeah.
Disgusting.
What? What's disgusting?
I mean, just them thinking they're talking to Courtney.
Well, I mean, look, I was in 5th grade.
No, I'm just saying.
Why is that disgusting?
No, it's just weird.
Everyone goes through puberty.
No, for them it's kind of weird.
Hey, no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Hey, baby.
Why did you think it was guys? It was her girlfriends.
Because you said, "Is Courtney there?"
Oh, I wasn't gonna mock up my sister's friends'
I didn't know
voices.
I don't know what their friends are.
You think 10, 15-year-olds are calling the Bruss household for Courtney? Damn.
I don't know what goes in and out that house.
All right, just shut up over there. That gone too far, as always. 800-990. Did you dump him yet, Chris? Because he leads the league in dumps here at ESPN Wisconsin.
I haven't got a chance to today yet.
The soft stuff.
For it.
I'm the soft stuff.
So here we go. On Twitter at KBN ESPN. What was the most compelling watch yesterday? The Women's National Championship, Bucks Knicks, Brewers Mariners, or WrestleMania 40? The Bucks and the Knicks getting 1.1% of the vote is just so sad.
Oh, no. See, I'm part of the 1.1.
You thought that was the most compelling thing yesterday?
Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. Wow. See, for y'all, right, y'all casual Bucks fans, y'all not concerned about this. You think, the women's college basketball final, that's going to be fun. You got South Carolina trying to be undefeated. You got Caitlin Clark trying to finally win her a national championship. Yeah, storylines, fantastic.
Storylines are compelling.
Cool, that's compelling. Yeah, great. Okay, Milwaukee Brewers, love my Milwaukee Brewers, but you're still early in the season.
I get that.
WrestleMania, hey, people, children, cover your ears. It's not real. What did Chris say? Chris said it's scripted. It's scripted. It's what?
Predetermined.
Predetermined scripted. That's the same thing. It's fake.
I agree.
It's all
Chris was trying to say, what was it? It's
predetermined scripted. I said, what? Ain't that like predetermined
you and I looked at each other like, huh?
Like, yeah. Our show.
It's not predetermined. It's scripted. Was what it was.
No, he said predetermined.
I don't like scripted. I like it's predetermined.
What the hell's the difference?
They predetermine based off a piece of paper that they read. That's
because because the wrestling matches are not scripted per se. They call it in the ring, so they do moves whenever they want to do them. So it's predetermined. The outcome is predetermined. It's not scripted, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whatever you got to tell yourself to make yourself enjoy something that's fake.
That's perfectly fine. Compelling. But the Milwaukee Bucks, yes, my Milwaukee Bucks, the reason why that was the most compelling to me, a true Milwaukee Bucks fan, the Milwaukee Bucks are on a 3-game losing streak, and we needed to get things right. We needed to get it right, and we had a chance against the New York Knicks to get this right before
104 votes in. We just put it up. Are you the 1%?
I am the for once in my life, I'm part of the 1%. I've been aiming for that. And the one-seeded Boston Celtics come in, we had to get a win. We had to get things right.
What do you mean? You went to Whitefish Bay?
Excuse me. I got bussed into Whitefish Bay. So I bussed in to be with the 1%, then went back home with the regulars. That's what it is. I was a regular that got to be with them. I got to see what I did not have, what I aspired to have. Shout out to my family for holding it down for me, though. But right now, anybody that's a Bucks fan, this is a full alarm. So this was the most compelling for me because of the fact that I wanted to see if the Milwaukee Bucks were going to be able to finally right the ship or if I'm going to be at a 4-game losing streak in a row.
Yeah, well, okay. I get you. But at this time, it seems it's more about health than it is about victories. You're locked into a 3rd seed. Like, just relax.
Well, we're the 3 seed now. We're not in the 2 seed.
2 or 3. They're locked into at least a 3 at this point. So just take a deep breath and tell us about great partnerships that we have with the Milwaukee Bucks that you probably utilize that might make your blood pressure still go up or down.
Well, it will make your blood pressure stay down because you don't have to actually see the game happen. But a weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend. Tune in to Hear District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production. Marcus and his son Chris, a 1995 UCLA Hoops champ himself, talk about everything happening in the Bucks world and are joined by some of the biggest names in basketball. Plus, they'll answer your questions too. So stay on the beat of the Bucks and find Hear District now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
We have Gabe Neitzel of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, host of GKW. He's a wrestling fan. He talks about it every week with Jonathan Hood and Brian Rowitz. You got to hear from Gabe with us next in 2 minutes because we're drafting our WrestleMania teams.
Suit up for the $800,000 Sports Car Series at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. April through May. Score free play, cash, one of 4 new Toyota GR86s or a new Toyota Supra. Play with your club card to earn entries. 5 times the entries on drawing days and when the Milwaukee Brewers play at home. Got what it takes? Slugger, only at Potawatomi. For more details, visit paysbig.com/sportscar. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
ESPN Milwaukee Cares is here. Gabe Neitzel is teaming up with the MAC Fund to raise funds and awareness for pediatric cancer research. Here's Gabe Neitzel to tell us more.
For the last 46 years, the MAC Fund has been raising money in the fight against childhood cancer. President and CEO of the MAC Fund, Becky Pinter, knows why she wants to lead that fight for the MAC Fund.
Thinking that something is rough during the course of your day isn't nearly as rough as a child having to get a poke in their spine or have poison pumped into them. We can all figure out how to get through our day, and things that we think are horrible really aren't horrible. We'll make it. And we want these kids to make it as well by doing what we do on a daily basis with folks such as yourself that continue to help us, that talk about the MAC Fund and help people understand what we do and why we do it.
To learn more and to donate, text CARES to 800-990-3776.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Bruston Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Bruss alongside Kyle Wallace. No Brad Nortman. But joining us, who's a part of a 3-man crew in the morning on 94.5 ESPN, is Gabe Neitzel of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. 800-990-3776 if you want to have your voice heard, and you can get us on YouTube at ESPN Madison and at ESPN Milwaukee. Gabe Neitzel, welcome into the show.
Excited to be here. Well, where's the guy who normally sits here? We were a man down too this morning.
So
Ben was out sick.
I don't know if we've talked about this on air,
We did. He talked about who was going to be at this nice little
Brad
conference.
got invited to go to like an NFL media combine.
Cool.
Like the NFL, like he submitted some stuff and
sure.
like they paid to fly his ass out there.
That's big time.
Tyrann Mathieu, who was the Chase Daniel, who was complimenting Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Cam Jordan.
We want to get some info on that. So there's it's a big deal.
No, he's big time. He's going to leave you guys behind.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't put it past him.
When you go to that combine, that's like the next step to big time stuff.
Well, we're practicing shows without him this week to prepare for the future. That's Gabe Neitzel. And so we are excited to bring Gabe in. We had a conversation a little bit about this whole scripted versus predetermined. And I don't know, even after you described to me during the break that even though it's predetermined, what happens in WrestleMania and in this wrestling, it's all part of the theater. Is it that entertaining?
Yeah.
Because you host GKW, and I want to give you an opportunity to explain to people what they're missing out on. Because I'm not going to be one to judge.
Sure.
For me, what this might sound like the boringest thing in the world to a lot of people. My hidden pleasure is on Sundays, especially when football season's over. I watch NASCAR on Sundays, and I love it. I love the drama. I love the fights on pit road. I love all different types of racing. And to me, it's a form of entertainment.
Yes.
Even though people just think it's cars going around laps.
Yeah. And so, maybe I don't get that as much. Professional wrestling, especially this WrestleMania, it's the stories that they're telling leading up to the matches. That's where the drama comes in. And then how the matches play out add to the drama. So, yes, last night in the main event, there were a lot of former wrestlers that if you grew up in the Attitude Era, that you would have recognized last night. John Cena came out of nowhere. The Rock came out. I mean, everybody kind of knew he was going to be there because he's been a part of the storytelling. The Undertaker came out to chokeslam The Rock.
I swear he's retired.
No way.
Yeah, the Undertaker, yeah.
So that would be something I actually would have wanted to watch because as a kid, I had,
nostalgia factor was through the roof.
Huge.
It was the 40th year anniversary.
Yeah, WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40. So, it's the stories
How come I didn't know about this? Like, how do they promote it? How did I miss this?
That's a great question.
How did you miss this?
You must be under a rock because literally...
I was under a rock this weekend, so that's okay.
But in the lead up, you know what? I mean, it could have gotten lost in, The Rock coming back to WWE, huge. Obviously, The Rock is one of the biggest stars on the planet. So
my algorithm's missing out on some things.
Him coming back to professional wrestling, maybe you missed that with the birth of your daughter. I don't know if that's just kind of
back, or he's just like back from WrestleMania.
I think he's back. I mean, I don't think he's going to be like wrestling a full schedule, but he's a part of the board of directors now of
Isn't he
TKO.
50?
I think he's 48. He's closing in on 50.
Still looks really good.
I don't know if you saw him this weekend, Kyle.
He might look better than he did.
Somehow, he wrestled the tag match on Saturday night. He looked the best out of the four men. Like, they all look good. I mean, The Rock was, okay. Dwayne still got it.
We've been talking about Kyle's version of aging since he's been done playing football at UW Whitewater.
I've actually gotten better now.
Have you?
That picture? 10 years ago, 14 years ago?
No, I thought you looked good. And
you told me I looked like I had cups on.
You said you had D cups.
And you said
he looked like a defensive tackle that just falls to hurt the push from the offensive line.
Yeah, that's what he said. Does that sound like you want something you want to look like now?
No.
Thank you. Talking about the compliment my behind.
All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to draft teams of 3 based off Wisconsin sports, current Wisconsin athletes. And we're going to keep it to the Bucks, the Brewers, and the Packers.
Okay.
Unless there's anything you think we're missing that would be good to add in there.
I don't think so.
All right, Bucks, Brewers, Packers. Chris, random order. 3, 2, 1, go.
Kyle, Gabe, Ben.
All right.
That means you got the first pick there,
With the first pick of the KBN Nation WrestleMania Wisconsin Sports Draft, Kyle Wallace selects.
Come on now, this is the easiest one right here. You talking about who you want on your team for wrestling. You want somebody that's going to fight. You want somebody that can get the crowd behind them. You want somebody that's going to be a dog. You want somebody named Bobby. That's exactly what you want.
Got to cross him off the list.
You want a fan favorite in BP, Bobby Portis. That is the man that's winning a world championship wrestling belt, Bobby Portis.
Bobby loves himself some wrestling too. He's gone to a couple of WWE shows when they've been in town. So when the Bucks won the championship, there was just what they call a house show. It's a non-televised wrestling show. He was there and the crowd went nuts for him, and he was going nuts for the crowd. He absolutely loved holding up a replica like WWE championship belt back in 2021.
Bobby will buy into just about anything in Milwaukee as well, too.
Oh, yeah.
800-990-3776. If you want to chime in with your pairs of three that you would want as part of a WrestleMania crew with Wisconsin athletes, go right ahead.
My pick at number 2, I mean, Bobby is a tremendous first pick. I'm taking a newcomer because he endeared himself to the Wisconsin fan base quicker than anybody else.
I hated this last pick.
Yeah. As you know, Kyle said, you want somebody who's going to be willing to fight. You want somebody who's going to stand up for what he believes in. And, I mean, going effing wham!
I got to cross him off the list. I knew it.
Yeah, going to that's cutting a promo. That's what they call cutting a promo in professional wrestling. I'm taking Reese Hoskins as my first pick in the KBN Wisconsin Athlete Wrestler Draft.
I mean, I think I have to do this because of the entertainment factor. I feel like because of his personality, because even we love what he does as part of a partnership here across Good Karma Brands.
Yeah, this is a great pick, buddy.
I mean, he's loved, and when he comes on the court, it's must-watch television. Off the air, he's starting to grow his media career. Thanasis Antetokounmpo is my number 1 pick at the 3rd pick overall in the KBN Nation WrestleMania draft. He's just again, he's so high energy too.
Yep.
He could be like a spider monkey jumping off the top rope. Like his energy would be infectious in the ring. I would love to see Thanasis in WWE.
Didn't they have a wrestler kind of like Thanasis, little black dude that used to fly around recently? And he liked to dance. He did the dancing thing and it was him and his other big brother.
Oh, you're talking about the New Day.
No, yeah.
The New Day.
The Nas will be part of that.
Yeah.
So that's the Intercontinental type championship, not, the main one, right? He's never been no.
So Kofi Kingston did win 5 years ago. Kofi Kingston did win the WWE championship.
Where's he at
Kofi
now?
Mania. He's kind of dwindling because the big guy in that group had a pretty serious neck injury, and they haven't figured out exactly what to do with him yet.
So I'm snaking, which I'm really nervous about my next pick.
Okay.
But I want to have an eclectic group. I feel like you need some meat. I feel like you need some size.
Meaty men slapping meat.
I want Kenny Clark.
Like that.
Yeah.
Kenny Clark, nose tackle for the Green Bay Packers, 6'3", 315. And why I like Kenny Clark is when you see 315, my man can move. He can move people, and I've seen him run after, like when he goes up the field, then back down the field to catch a running back. Kenny Clark's got a motor. I felt like if we could get Kenny Clark off the ropes and he comes off the ropes with that body, somebody's going down.
Yeah, it's not going to be pretty.
Thanasis and Kenny Clark is a unique combo. I think I maybe drafted him too early, but I'm going Kenny Clark with the 4th overall pick.
So my next pick, because you got to tell, again, part of professional wrestling is you got to be entertaining. You got to be able to cut that promo. And look, in professional wrestling, there's good guys and bad guys. And maybe some people think that this guy's a bad guy and he grinds on their nerves. But that's what you want in a good bad guy in pro wrestling. I'm taking Jair Alexander as my next pick because that guy just chirps and he chirps and then he backs it up and then he chirps again.
That doesn't always back it up.
Most of the time he backs it up. I mean, hey, look, Roman Reigns was the champ for how long? He talked his talk and he didn't back it up last night at WrestleMania. The heel's got to lose every once in a while, but it makes a fun, entertaining story. And that guy, I guarantee you, the things that he has done after games, he is the best promo in Wisconsin. Jair Alexander, my next pick.
Gosh, I missed on Kenny Clark.
He's criticizing his own pick.
He was good.
Right after that.
No, because now I'm thinking of better, entertainers. I was trying to win a wrestling match instead of trying to entertain.
You know what? And Gabe, you helped me with that.
This is why he's on GKW.
Yeah.
It is why.
Which is Thursday nights, 6 p.m. Central Time. Check it out at ESPN Milwaukee, Twitter, or we have our YouTube page. Subscribe, like it, youtube.com.
Based off what you just said, it made me want to switch mine. It made me switch mine to somebody who has a little bit of future entertainment in him. Somebody that is a lovable guy. Somebody that grabbed the heart of Wisconsin fans pretty early on and has so much more room to grow. And you know who is the guy that's going to be an ideal wrestler that I can see hoisting a big title?
Tucker Craft. Tucker Craft is somebody that quickly became a fan
Such
favorite.
a good one.
I can see the story development, the character development. Somebody
Crushing beers before crushing heads.
Yeah, exactly. I can just see it. Thank you, Gabe. I appreciate that because you allowed for me to see that Tucker Craft is the guy that we need when it comes to my team. So we got Bobby Portis. We got the big Hurley mean, get everybody hyped up, and we got the superstar in Tucker Craft.
It's snaking us, so it's right back to you.
Now, also in wrestling, Gabe, you talked about you need somebody who can be a good guy and a bad guy, right? Every wrestling event needs a villain. You need someone you can hate. I remember the days where The Rock was a villain for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, he's a villain right now.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was a villain. Mankind was a villain before he became the little pothead guy. Ric Flair as well. He was the villain.
Dirtiest player in the game.
And the dirtiest player in the game. The dirtiest player on the Green Bay Packers. Anders Carlson. That's who I'm picking for this team is Anders Carlson. You shake your head because he is a villain right now. He is somebody that everybody hates. But
Were you thinking what I was thinking?
Will his redemption story be there?
When you said dirty player?
No.
Who's a dirty player?
I mean, he was. He didn't have bad. Never mind. I'm not gonna pick Quay Walker. I don't know if you are.
Yeah,
That's what I was. That's what I was thinking.
I was trying to think like offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
How big of a story? You need a villain. Anders Carlson is absolutely.
He's like $175 soaking wet.
You need somebody that you hate. I could just see him being like Goldust or Mankind or some annoying villain that happens to be good.
See, but this turned personal. Anders Carlson is a villain in Kyle's eyes
because he misses so many kicks. Yeah,
but not for this.
He's not like
the storyline is there. He's a villain, Gabe. He is a villain. Who made you more mad during that game? Were you more mad about the interception love through or about the missed field goal by Anders Carlson?
Well, I guess I was expecting the missed field goal at some point from Anders. I wasn't expecting
expectations are yes.
I wasn't expecting the bad interception at the end from Jordan.
Well, storylines are fantastic. So hopefully this villain turns into a hero for my sake. Maybe this was personal.
It would be a great story. Man, I've got a couple left on my board, and I can't believe we haven't taken him yet. I mean, he's been into it. He's done the moves before he came out on the court in a previous life. He is huge. He is lovable. He is the baby face of my company. He is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, wow.
Like, I mean, I can't believe Giannis lasted this long in the draft, guys. Like,
I hear you, but the only real he tries to stay out of the entertainment spotlight. You know what I mean? He's very calculated. I don't know if he's made for the predetermined and figure out. He's a plan guy. He's a put in the work guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's follow the predetermined script thing.
He's got a little bit of that villain in him too.
The only villain I've seen is him tackling Mike Dunleavy randomly.
Well, and then he had the incident where he shoved the ladder out of the way because the guy was just trying to do his job in Philly and he was clearly in the wrong. Wouldn't apologize for that. Got really upset about the ball and the Pacers thing this year. Like, wouldn't believe that the Bucks had the game ball.
Yeah,
he's got a little bit of that. He's got the little bit of edge on him.
Gabe, here's the problem. When he loses in the championship, he's not gonna, go there and be upset about it. He's just gonna walk off. Say, it's part of failure.
Yeah, we're building for success.
Yeah, it's part of failure. It's part
I think that's your weakest pick, Gabe.
Okay. I mean, again, if Giannis is my weakest pick in any Wisconsin sports draft we're doing, I think I did a pretty good job.
I want bullies and villains. Into heroes.
I round off the Kyle Bruss and Nortman WrestleMania draft. Ben Bruss, Kyle Wallace, and Gabe Neitzel in right now. We don't have a Brad Nortman. I'm going to go with Lucas Van Ness. The reason why I'm going with Lucas Van Ness is because he's known as Hercules. He's already got a nickname, right? And not only did Lucas Van Ness steal the first round spotlight, his dad stole the first round spotlight for, quote-unquote, accidentally, what looked like tapping Lucas Van Ness' girlfriend's butt. We call them double tap. I like a good story to the story. So I think there's ways we can incorporate Lucas Van Ness and his dad, who accidentally touched Lucas Van Ness' girlfriend's butt. There's something there. I don't know. Hercules with the weird dad. I'm going Lucas Van Ness.
I mean, there's a lot of raw talent there, I think. And again, when your nickname's Hercules because of the weight you were able to put on and your looks now in the weight room and your teammates give you that nickname, like it's not like he started calling himself Hercules. Okay, you got the look. Now hopefully we can develop the character and everything else.
Was Kyle's brain messed up by looking at the Eclipse? Anders Carlson?
He's a villain. He's a villain. It's personal. It is personal.
The The best thing here is, because again, I appreciate Kyle wanting to have a heel and a bad guy in his stable of wrestlers.
He picked the worst one possible.
Well, but like in Kyle's mind, he's the diehard of diehard Wisconsin sport fans. He wants to root for everyone. And of course, the only villain in the entire lot of the Bucks, Packers, and the Brewers is the damn kicker. That is the only villain.
And Craig Counsell, who's no longer here.
Oh, but that's because he's no longer here.
I mean, if I had to pick a non-villain, it would have been Patrick Beverly.
But your brain doesn't work like that, as Gabe said.
I went for the person who's a villain. The biggest villain, as Gabe just said, in Wisconsin sports right now is unquestionably Anders, Carlson, Carl. I don't get. Who cares?
The Packers kicker.
Damn it. To recap, Kyle, your 3.
Bobby Portis.
It's a good one.
Tucker Kraft.
That's a good one.
And Anders Carlson.
You lose just because of that.
I went with Reese Hoskins. I went with Jair Alexander and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Gosh, that's a good lineup. I like Gabe's.
Yeah, Jair's a good one.
I mean, Gabe should win this if we're being honest, because this is what he does. He watches wrestling.
It's been a while for us, huh?
I went with Thanasis. I went with Kenny Clark.
Well, again, Kenny's a big guy, man.
I know, but
he doesn't have the personality.
He's Mark Henry.
And
World's strongest man.
LVN. Thanasis, Kenny Clark, and LVN. I feel like
that's a trash list. That is a trash list. Trash.
He picked a kicker.
He's a
He
villain.
did pick a kicker.
He is a villain. He's like the 1, 2, 3 kid. What was his name? X-Pac. He's like X-Pac. Annoying.
Gabe, thank you for joining us in what is your expertise. Any final words?
Check out GKW, Good Karma Wrestling, every Thursday night, 6 o'clock. Brian Rowitz was in Philadelphia for WrestleMania. He's got a lot of great videos up on our YouTube page, youtube.com/@GoodKarmaWrestling for all your pro wrestling needs.
For feedback, 800-990-3776. I think this is a runaway with Gabe right now.
I feel bad.
You shouldn't. You did what you were supposed to do.
Okay, all right.
More next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
I'm about being young, wild, and free.
No, you're not.
You're
not young, wild, and free.
I am young.
You're not
wild,
that.
I am
Every time I ask you to do something, I check with a girlfriend.
Wait, why are you taking so? Why you going personal? Why you gotta talk about business? I can still be free with a lady.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we got some delays along southbound 43, stretching down from about Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Westbound 94 is a bit heavy right past 27th Street to the Stadium interchange. And then westbound on 894, still heavy for that construction zone coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to about 68th Street. Traffic is brought to you by the Delafield Brew House, award-winning restaurant and brewery celebrating 25 years, located on the corner of I-94 and Highway 83 in Delafield. The Delafield Brew House. Drink ale, live lager. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Slight chance for a shower, partly cloudy skies with a low of 47. Tomorrow, slight chance for showers early, then partly cloudy, a high of 60. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Football guy.
What the hell happened to Bucky on your hat?
Football guy.
A lot of wear and tear for old B.
Coming at it from different views.
I'm just saying he's well worn. I mean, his face is missing. Okay, well, it's probably time for me to freshen that up. Bucky wants to flip you off right now.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light. Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey guys, it's Brad Nortman here to tell you about a great offer at Bank 5-9. I know we're all looking for ways to save our money, and at Bank 5-9, you can earn more by opening a money market account today. With rates as high as 5.3%, you'll earn more while working with a true local community bank. Be sure to check out their great CDs too. Helping you save more of your money is another way Bank 5-9 is making lives better. For details, visit bank59.com/MM specials. Member FDIC.
Engagement rings, wedding bands, and big anniversary diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for the Bath Authority, and if your bath or shower is old, outdated, has mold and mildew or broken tiles, you gotta call my friends at the Bath Authority. The Bath Authority provides the highest quality bathroom remodeling products along with a world-class customer experience. Call 414-249-6934 to schedule your free in-home estimate today and get $1,000 off a new shower or bath plus 36 months of interest-free financing. TheBathAuthority.com, a better bath awaits.
Cousins Subs wants to make you a VIP. On Friday, May 10th, Donald Driver and Jordan Love will be hosting the annual Green Bay Charity Softball Game at Fox City Stadium in Appleton, Wisconsin. And this year, Cousins and Double D are teaming up to offer you a chance to be their VIP guest. The VIP winner will win a package that includes a meet and greet with Donald, VIP seating, food and beverage, and Cousins Subs for a year. Enter daily at cousinsubs.com/softball. Now through April 30th, Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but a way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for well over 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.